Welcome to the SMW podcast. This is where warriors share their stories and their knowledge on the art of Steel Mace training. This month's podcast sponsor is White Lion Athletics. We'd like to thank you for providing our listeners better listening experience. To check out White Lion Athletics, go to www.whitelionathletics.com. Hey, beautiful warriors. Before we get started on this podcast, which I know you're going to love, I want to let you know about all the new SMW merchandise that just came in. Tons of t-shirts and mugs and stickers. So if you've been wanting to support the SMW podcast for a while but didn't know how, now's your chance. Go grab a t-shirt. I know you'll find something. Everything is Steel Mace training and warrior inspired. Okay, so I don't think you can go wrong with it. All you have to do is head over to steelmacewarrior.shop. It'll take you directly to the official online store. And you know, when you put it on, rock it out, make sure that you tag Steel Mace Warrior on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll give you a little shout out, all right? Okay, let's get into that podcast episode. I know you're gonna love this woman warrior for today. Let's go. What's up, Steel Mace Warriors? Here we are again. And as always, I have a very, very special guest. And this month is Women's Warrior Month, which I kind of didn't go through that with you talking before the podcast, but it's Women's Warrior Month. And that's the reason why I have you on here. I feel like I specifically chose like these women warriors this month that were like above on the level. So just letting you know. And as always, we have a giveaway going on right now with White Lion Athletics. And really all you have to do is every single challenge in each of the podcasts. And they're kind of like secret challenges. So you have to listen and wait. And most likely we'll give you that challenge 5 to 10 minutes in. So welcome, Jaime Barber.
Hi.
Okay. Did you see me hesitating? I suck at pronunciations. I'm like, I fuck it up every single episode. So I'm so glad that you have a normal name.
That's not my real last name is Capiola.
Oh, okay.
So that would have probably fucked you up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stick to Barber. Okay. Right on. I had no idea. Okay. That's cool to know. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So first question I ask everyone, let's just get straight into this. What got you into Steel Mace training? What is your journey with that?
So I had taken the certification in January of 2016, and Isaac had started, he was working with Onnit then. And I had taken one of the foundation certification, like maybe the year before, and it was what was next on their schedule. So I got in my car in a snowstorm and I'm in Connecticut, and I drove to New Hampshire and I did a Steel Mace certification. I think it was one of the first.
I like that little detail about driving through the storm. You drove through a snowstorm.
A snowstorm.
To learn Mace.
Definitely.
Worth it.
Yeah, and it was awesome. I was hooked instantly.
Great. Now, were you doing something before that? Other modalities?
Yeah, I do kettlebells, unconventional training tools. I do small group classes, and I do, I have my own space. It's in my home, actually. So
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It looks so fucking legit for being at home. Congrats on that.
Creation. After I had my second daughter, I knew I had to do something. I had to start working again. And so this was half a basement, half their playroom. And then it just sort of, more of my stuff took up more and more space. And then all of a sudden I'm like, sorry guys, I'm taking over. So it's been a work in progress. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Doing the Steel Mace, because I had, I bought one, but it's where am I going with this? So that is when the certification first came out, and it was I was hooked.
What was your feeling when you first got a Steel Mace?
Well, I didn't really know how to use it when I first had one.
Okay.
But the second I got into that certification, just hearing Isak explain everything and how, the descriptions of how to do things, and you're learning so much. There's so much instruction at first, right? Is like how to standing here, everything's like at you, but I just knew, I'm like, this is it. This is in the last 20 minutes we had to do. It was like the test, and there was a short flow, and I remember after that 20 minutes, like I had gone into another zone. I was just, and I remember I finished. I was like, whoa. I was like, that was like meditation a little bit. And that's it. Hooked. Yep.
Hooked. And you do yoga, right? Or were you doing yoga before this, or was it afterwards?
I think a little bit after. I started a little, I think maybe later in that year.
Okay. Because I noticed that you put Yoga Lover on your Instagram. So I wanted to see how those two were connected.
So gosh, I just went back to my first yoga class this morning because it's COVID, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But I love hot yoga. So yeah, I think I started yoga in 2017, like a year later.
Okay.
And then, Steel Mace yoga came into the picture. So my yoga, training combined with the Steel Mace at work was a nice fit.
Yeah. That's why I asked, because I think I've seen you in a picture with Erin, right?
Yep. Yes. I used to do a lot of that stuff with her. Yeah. We traveled a little bit and taught some workshops.
See, I was wondering, because I was seeing you guys in pictures, but I know you're in Connecticut and then she's in Texas, I think. So I was wondering how you guys were collabing on that.
Yeah. So I used to do a little bit more with Viking Ninja. But then my life got, it's crazy. I got 2 kids. I'm just running, but it was absolutely awesome. And I love it.
Fun times.
Incredible.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. So what helps you? What do you think? Well, I mean, if people haven't seen your Instagram, what's your Instagram account? It's at Jaime. Okay. Joy Barber. Okay. If they haven't seen your Instagram, they have to go check it out because you have tons of mace in there. But I know you do all kinds of other stuff. I've seen you do striking, boxing. I don't know. I watched you doing it with a girl, and I was like, dang, that's dope. You do clubs, you do yoga, I know you have FRC mobility. Yeah. So you do all sorts of stuff. So my question is, what keeps you inspired for Steel Mace? You think it's the variety of stuff that you have, or do you think something else inspires you when you're not feeling very motivated with it or something like that?
I think it's the creativity that I connect with, and the zone that it's like a zone, right?
Yeah.
For me it is. And to be creative, I mean, it's endless. It's endless. I mean, I look at, there's everybody that does the mace, they all have something to offer. And you look at, oh my gosh, that's cool. Then you start to think, and like, you just get with that mace and it's like 2 or 3 hours can go by. Right. Yes. And you're playing too.
Yeah.
So it's just happy place.
It is.
Levels come down. You're not worried about bills or the laundry or what you got to do. Right. It's just, you're in a zone.
Do you think, talking about how we pick up a mace and we get into the zone, 3 hours pass by, do you think that's what happens with beginners when they say, God, I woke up and I feel like a truck hit me after I got done doing Steel Mace? Do you think, like, for a beginner, that's a good thing, or do you think that's kind of like a bad thing?
A truck that, like, they're sore?
Yeah, like they're super sore and like they're out for like days.
I think it's a good thing, because if they're sore, they were working, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, everybody that I've done the mace, like, I'm going to say 95% of my clients, in fact, like, oh, can we do mace? Can we please, even my private's like, oh, let's do the mace. I want to do the mace today,
Wow.
It's like no other,
Yeah. I think that's why it's exploding. I feel like I started the podcast in 2017, and I stopped for a little bit, but in that whole freaking time, I can't believe where it's at right now.
Right. It's incredible. It's incredible how it's grown.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think it has to do with going back to that whole creativity with the mace. I think that maybe it allows people to get creative if they felt like they weren't, like on a piece of paper, or, you get what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
stimulates that.
And movement is medicine, right? Movement feels good. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I have to
And
agree.
it's not like, you can do a mace workout, but you're not doing like heavy like deadlifts, and you're not killing yourself, your joints, as
True.
you get older, like too, like I can't do that, a lot of that stuff anymore. I don't want to either. Right. And you
Yeah.
feel good because you're getting so much nice mobility work and lengthening, and you just feel good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to agree. I think it was Fred Moore from Steel Mace Nation, and he mentioned that how he kind of uses the mace in a way to recover in a more, because it's lighter, and I think it has that benefit too, which is, I
Totally.
think it's beautiful. I think we can use the mace in so many ways. I mean, and then there's the guys that lift really, really heavy, right? The big old gadas, and I love that too, you know I just can't lift that heavy. I think my rib cage would come apart.
I swung the 25-pound the quad the other day just to see if I still had it in me. And I did, and it felt good. But I only
I,
did 20 on each side.
I,
Something you got to keep into.
I swear we always mention that mace. Like I think in every episode we mention it in some way or form, and it got brought up right now. And I have to admit, like I keep telling everyone, like I don't feel like I've earned that mace yet. It's 30 pounds first of all. It's different material, so I'm like I'm not there yet.
Is it 30 or 25?
Is it 25? Probably 25. I don't know. It's fucking huge, and I know it's heavy.
The handle's so much longer.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like 6 inches longer than a regular 25. So it probably feels like 30.
Okay. So it's a 25-pound though.
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I must have mistaken it because it just looks that huge to me. Maybe it's the design.
Very.
Yeah. But that's cool that you swung it. Now, how long had it been since you last swung it?
Probably a while. Probably like 9 months.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, probably a while. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cool though. I honor every woman that swings that mace, hands down. I honor you.
You could do it.
Yeah, I will. I'll get there. I got sick too. I got sick a couple months ago, kidney stones, multiple kidney stones on both of them.
Oh.
So it was terrible. I couldn't even get out of bed. That brought me down. So my strength, it's crazy how quickly your strength just boop. I couldn't even do a fucking push-up when I got back to it. And I was just like, oh, great. So I'm like literally like little by little getting my strength back.
Right.
But hopefully I can get back.
It was healing. And that's, like it had to heal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was very brutal, but I'm better now. Okay. So what's something that changed the game for you with Steel Mace training? Like one technique or skill, or it could be anything that changed everything for you that made you better.
I feel like when you start to teach it, when you start to coach it, you have to explain it so that they are understanding it, right? And that they're safe, and that they're proper form. And so I feel like once I got home from that certification, I played a while, and then, I didn't teach it right away. I played, and I tried to, soak in everything I'd learned. But teaching it, yeah, then you're just like, you start to understand so much more. So I think that, and it was only a couple months later, yeah, that I was like, all right, I feel like I'm at one with this thing. I get it,
Right on. Yeah, and I think there's a quote on that. I just can't think of it. I've seen like a quote running around about that, like teach it and you'll get better at whatever you're doing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new one, because I've asked every girl so far this month, and I like your answer. That's a good answer. Hell yeah. That's awesome. All right. So, okay, I know that you're a mom. And my question for you is I don't have a lot of moms. Like, I haven't had a lot of moms on here, which is so cool. And you're a badass mom. I mean, look at your t-shirt. We discussed that t-shirt. I mean, look at your hair, you mace. How do you balance it all? How do you balance like fitness and mom life and mace?
Do I don't know. I'm always running like a bat at it. I'm always you just do it. You just go and you hope that you're balanced. You just pray. There's no time to even think, because I'm a single mom too.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, so it's just always a shit show. But you
It's
just
always a
do
shit.
and you balance it out. I work, I get my exercise in, I release all my endorphins, and it's a good balance. And my gym is in my home. So
it works out.
Yeah.
Absolutely works out. That's awesome. That's awesome. I just had to ask because I don't know. Like I said, I've never had a mom on here that's so fucking badass that you are. And I don't know. I had to.
I'm going to have to play this for my kids. See, they think I'm badass.
Now you were, yeah. So you were telling me that used to be, children playroom for a while.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like children playroom, and now they're you kick them out and it turned into your gym.
They work out. My little one loves to box with me. And my older one, he's really good with gymnastics.
Wow.
So they come down here a lot. Yeah. Cool. Still their playroom a little bit.
A little bit. Do they mace? Do any of them mace?
I found a picture of my older one with a mace from when she was like 8 years old, but they haven't in a while. They haven't. So I don't like to push it, but after I saw that picture, I saw it a few days ago. I'm like, I'm gonna push it on her a little bit more. She's 12 now, so I think she's like she's got more strength, and she'd be better coordinated with it.
Okay. Yeah, because I finally got my nephew to do it. I got him to do switch squats, and I was like, hey, get your little butt over here. Let's just switch squats. Because I told Steel Mace Valkyrie, I was like, I'm going to get you some kiddo footage, okay? And so I told him to come over, and he was the same. He's like 12. And, for the longest time, I've been trying to convince him, like, he'll pick it up, and like he'll kind of like do like a press and with the mace in a vertical position. You know how kids pick it up. But he's never done a switch squat, and I think he loved it. I think he ended up loving it.
That was a great video. That was great.
I had a moment with that.
Right?
I had a moment.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay, so let's talk about you have a bomb body, okay? You have a bomb body. It's beautiful. Wow. It's strong. For those that follow you on Instagram, give us a day in the life. What kind of training do you take? What's your nutrition like? How did you get that bomb body?
Thank you. I don't really eat a lot during the day, which is not really good. Just because I don't like to be full because I train a lot during the day. So between classes and clients, but I'm sort of keto, paleo. I actually recently saw this holistic medicine doctor, and I have, I guess, certain bacteria going like the SIBO. It's called SIBO. Okay. And I'm like, I walked in, I'm like, what's this guy going to tell me? I'm like, I'm sorry. I walked out of there like, man, I'm screwed up, right? But long and the short of it is because I've limited my diet so much just from working and just being on this routine of being so, it's not good. You have so much bacteria in your microbiome that needs a variety of food, basically.
That's interesting.
So I'm on this special herbal stuff, and it's 12 weeks of super keto. You don't realize how I'm well, I eat pretty good, but now just being so strict, I would take a handful of goldfish here, maybe a little cookie there, all little snacks. But no, I'm a really healthy eater. I eat a lot of fish and salads, and but I work out with my classes and my clients, not the whole time, but but I get bored. So I do. I love to move.
Jump in.
I love to move. Yeah. So I jump in a lot. So.
Yeah. So how many classes do you have? Like 2 or 3 a day or more?
So since COVID, I cut back the classes and I do about 1 a day now.
Okay.
So all those people in classes do privates, which works out too.
Oh,
right?
okay. Right.
But yeah, so I do about, sometimes it could be 3 people, sometimes it could be 8.
Oh shit.
Depending on the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Those days that there's 8, I'm not working out with everybody, but.
Crazy. Okay. So now we know a little bit about that. Now I always fuck this up. I think we're already like way in, but what's the challenge? What is today's challenge? God damn it. Oh,
All
they
right.
probably hate me by now. I think this is the second time I take too long. Throw it out there.
So, one of the cool things about the mace, you start to see the imbalances in your body, right? And counter rotation, right? So it's hard for me. It's hard for, so I came up with this. I was doing this in my class earlier in the week. And so it's 360 to catching to the horizontal top. And then you rotate into like that uppercut ready position. And then from here, trying to squat, holding. So, your knees tend to want to buckle in, right? And you want to try to keep your knees straight and lined up so that, and this is hard, right? So, if you can't get it all the way to the side, you might have to just rotate it in a little bit, but you want to try to keep your knees sort of squared, knees not going one in front of the other. Got it. Doing 5 squats, bringing it back, 360 other side, 5 squats, 360, 4 squats, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Woo! That's going to be fucking exciting. And I'll tell you something. Every time I do rotational stuff, I think it's because it's the T-spine. And I like, especially particularly my left side, it's always so hard. So if you ever see me on my left side, if there's a listener, right, and you look funky, it's fine. I mean, it's just the mobility there for me sucks.
Me too. You'll see your side, right? And so I'll say, like, maybe do a couple extra on that side, just to work on it and just to know.
Yeah. So it's so cool that you brought that rotational stuff in. I'm so excited for this one. That's gonna be awesome. Boy. All right, so we're gonna end this with 2 more questions. So what's your favorite Steel Mace exercise? Go. I know this one's hard.
God, wow. Kind of prep me for that.
Don't say 360. Everyone loves the 360.
I know. I love lateral lunges.
Oh.
I love single arm 360s, when, single arm going both ways. So coming, going around and then coming back. I love those. Oh, it feels so good.
I've always struggled with single arm. That's why I stick to the 2-handed still, but one day I will work up to those. I have so much to learn.
Try a club.
With the club, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do club.
But I love lateral lunges. I love them.
All right. So lateral lunges and single-handed 360s both ways.
And all of, anything with the shoulders.
Anything.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Now, are you one of those that do you believe that the mace is a good mobility tool, or do you think the mace is not a mobility tool? What route do you take on that?
I think it can be. It depends how you're using it, right? If you start to apply tension at certain points in a movement, you're doing good mobility work, right?
Yeah.
I definitely think,
So in a way, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. We always have the doubles on that, the split thinking on that. So that's cool to know. So you kind of vote, yeah, kind of.
It could be both. Yeah. The second you start pulling apart and you're bringing it behind your head and you're adding strength into these, tough positions.
All right. I'll remember that. Okay. So last question. That way I can let you go with your clients. I know you got a crazy schedule. What's the one thing you're struggling with right now with Steel Mace training? So it's honesty time.
Oh yeah. So like I said, the reason I did this challenge for myself and not doing yoga, I did hot yoga for it's been a year. I went to my first class this morning. You know, I'm like, wow, I can feel it, right? I can feel the difference where I'm not as, you know, my rotation isn't where it used to be. So I'm like, no, we're working on this.
So the rotational stuff.
Yeah, this is a struggle for me too, right? It's a struggle. It's hard. It's hard
Oh, and they're going to feel it with the challenge. They're going to feel, especially when you're squatting in that rotational position. Oh my God, that's hard.
But it's good for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Let's keep it positive. Sorry, I'm fucking whining right now. It's terrible. I'm terrible. All right. Okay. So where can people find you? I think you have a website. So website, Instagram.
Instagram, Jaime Joy Barber. And website is viragostrength.com. VIRAGO.
Right on. And then do you have Facebook?
I do.
Not very active.
I don't know.
I'm like, not very active.
I don't even look at Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
I think I'm just Jaime Barber.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, if you guys want to check her out, obviously, Instagram is probably the best place and website, right? And if you want, you can add her on Facebook, but you might be a ghost over there.
Just being honest.
All right. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I honor you, and may the universe always flow with you, Jaime.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.